Today I'm going to show you how I made this breakfast sausage 3 different ways. We've got smoked links, not smoked links, and just ground sausage. As a bonus, I'll make biscuits and gravy. My name's Greg. Welcome to the Gourmet Woodsman. Breakfast sausage 3 ways is going to all start the same way. How I'm going to start it is some black pepper, and take some coriander, and I got to grind these. But you know, before I grind them, I think I'll put them in a cold dry pan, and I'll just toast them real quick while I'm weighing up these other things. Alright, got to add some sage, kind of a bit of sage. Okay, I'm also going to take a small amount of thyme, a small amount of parsley, small amount of savory, and a small amount of red pepper flakes. Okay, check on those toasting ones. Now here's where our 3 ways start to change. The one, just going to add salt. My uncased breakfast sausage. That's version 1. This one I added the salt to. This one's getting a binder. You can use a binder even if you're not putting it in the casing, but I feel like in the casing it really helps. Just make a juicier sausage. Alright, there's my breakfast sausage that gets cased. And last but not least, this one's also going to be cased, but it gets less salt than the other one because it's going to get some Instacure number 1. Because when smoking it, when we cold smoking it, it's going to be out of the safety zone, and this keeps it safe. And then our binder goes into here also. Okay, now we're ready. We got our mix ready for the uncased sausage, which has 1.75% kosher salt and no binder. We've got the same thing, but we're going to put it in a casing. It also has 1.75% kosher salt, but it does have a binder, and we will add water to this one when we mix it. And then we've got our breakfast smoked, and this has a little less salt at 1.5% because it has 0.25% of cure number 1. Got those mixed up. I guess we better grind some meat. My breakfast sausage is going to be all pork. Going for about a 70-30, but I did pick out some fattier pieces of my trim because I've been using some of the leaner pieces for other projects. So I only added 20% fat, and I'm using belly fat today because I think my back fat's better for some of my other projects like salami. Again, I'm aiming for 70-30. If you're using a lean piece of meat and just getting back fat, 70-30 is good, or a Boston butt is perfect. Boston butt is usually the right amount. Got to separate this breakfast sausage mix. Okay, got my mix for the uncased breakfast sausage. The salt only, no cure, no binder, just the spices and the salt. Yeah, I'm gonna add a tiny bit of water. It doesn't have a binder, so I don't want to add too much. I can add a little bit. That makes it a much looser, better texture. Starting to get that hairy look. Starting to stick pretty good. I think we're done. Breakfast sausage number 1. Alright, breakfast sausage number 2. This one will be cased, but not smoked. This one does have some binder, but it does not have any curing salt. Alright, let's have at it. Alright, I think we're really getting there. Starting to get a little furry looking. Sticking to my gloves pretty good. I think I could probably get a pretty good ball going and have it still hang on. It starts getting these strands that reach out. Don't know if those strands are myosin or actin, but those are the proteins that we're extracting out of here. Alright, set that aside, mix up this last one. And the 3rd way, breakfast sausage smoked. So this one does have some of the curing salts because it will be at low temperatures, but it also has the binder, so it says the binder and the curing salts. All right, time to case these. Ready for breakfast sausages. Got the little horn on here. I'm using these very little sheep casings. They're 22, 24 as far as the millimeters. I will say that when I use sheep casings, make sure to give them plenty of extra time to soak, because they're just more challenging to work with. It's harder to get the ends, harder to thread them onto the horn. They're just a lot more fragile. I think I got it. All right. Uh-oh. That was a close call. They get kind of hard to untangle, these ones do. Well, as annoying as these sheep casings can be to work with, I really do love a little small breakfast sausage in there. So, just gotta be careful. You know, you want to stuff them full so they have a snap and they're plump, but these are very fragile, these sheep casings. Can be. I don't know. I feel like that might already be too tight in some of those places, but kind of lame down here in these places. So, pinch. Yeah, these are definitely really tight. Come down one. Twist it 3 times. Just trying to manipulate this meat down to this looser part without breaking this casing. So I'm going to pinch. I'm going to skip and pinch again. And then I'm just going to twist it away from me 3 times. Now the ones that don't get smoked. If I can show you better with this angle. Okay, so I'm going to pinch. You can either pinch there, go towards you. Next one you pinch and you go away from you. Pinch, go towards you. But instead of pinching and going towards me, I'm going to pinch. And then I'm going to skip to the next one and just go away from me. See that? I'm going to go down to the next one, pinch, skip one, pinch, twist it away from me. Go down one, pinch, go down to the next one, pinch, twist it away from me. Definitely see some air pockets in this one, so I'm going to go around and just prick them a little bit. Well, the breakfast sausages that I'm going to smoke have been in the refrigerator overnight. You can see they've darkened up a bit. Casings are definitely drier. I'm going to put them out here for about an hour at room temperature just to warm up before I put them on the smoker. I did have quite a few casing blowouts. I find these sheep casings just to be a little trickier to work with. And, you know, always trying to get them fat and plump, so might have got greedy on that. Tried to get them too fat and too plump, and then they burst. A bear knocked my smoker over. Adapt and overcome. It's not pretty, but I have it. Propane grill. I'm going to turn it into a smoker using my smoke generator. It'll fit right through this. Fits right there, no problem. So, plan on putting all my food on this side. Just keeping this one burner over here on low. And hoping I can keep it cold enough. Sometimes we have no choice but to adapt and overcome. Took my breakfast sausages out of the refrigerator just about 45 minutes ago. And I'm about to put them into the oven at 170 degrees is the lowest my oven goes. So I'm just going to go 170 for 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'll go up to 200 degrees. Not looking too shabby. So I do have them packed in here, you know, but wieners aren't touching. As long as the wieners aren't touching, smoke can get around them, and it's going to be all good. All right, breakfast sausages out of the oven into the ice bath with these. I'm going to go check on the smoked ones, see how they're doing. I think they're getting close. I don't know. Looks like the wieners might be touching. If the wieners are touching, you get a bald spot. Goal is have a little bit of space in between each one. So I'm going to take some temperatures, which is hard to do while holding this camera, so I'll report back. All right, I'm going to put these out on a rack to bloom for a little bit, probably like an hour or so. These are the cased, the cooked but not smoked breakfast sausages. I'm going to mix up some more ice water in here for the next batch, which are the smoked ones, and I'll be right back. All right, here's my smoked breakfast sausages. Gonna just put them in the ice bath, cool them down, stop them from cooking anymore. Hopefully tighten up that casing a little bit. See you in about 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, it's been about 8 minutes. They're cold. I'm taking them out. When you got fresh sausage that you want to put away for later. Check this out. This is the way I deal with that. Roll it into a log, take both sides, and we're just gonna spin it till it's nice and tight. Now I can go put this in a freezer bag, or not a freezer bag, but a seal meal. It's much better. And when I'm ready for it, I can just slice it into little patties and have sausage patties, or I can crumble it into, you know, just fresh sausage, like gravy or something. That's how I package fresh sausage. Alright, took my little logs, put them in a seal meal, bada boom, bada bang. These will last a long time in the freezer. Let's make some biscuits and gravy. I'm just gonna make 4 biscuits today, because biscuits don't really keep that well. So I'm gonna start, I'm gonna add about 1 cup all-purpose flour. Again, scale up if you want to cook for more. Don't bother scaling down though. Alright, to my 1 cup flour, gonna add 2 teaspoons baking powder. 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, about 1/4 teaspoon salt. I'm going with a teaspoon of sugar. I'm using lard. I'm actually using bacon grease because I have it. I've chilled it in the freezer. Probably about, I don't know, anywhere from 2 to 4 tablespoons. It's kind of up to you. Mix these together until it looks like a coarse crumble. Sometimes it helps to use 2 forks here to just kind of keep the 1 fork clean. Pastry knife, one of those things that has a bunch of blades. Those work great, but I broke mine, so, you know. So you can use your hands, your fingers, but I find that warms things up, just like sausage making. It's supposed to be cold. Keep your hands off of it. But you can see it's already kind of coming into like a little bit more like a coarse crumble. Okay, next, I'm going in with 1/3 cup of half and half. If you got cream, use cream. If all you got is milk, use milk. It's all going to be just fine. You want to add just enough liquid that you can create something that will hold itself together. So I think we're pretty much just about there. Gonna lightly dust my board, lightly flour my hands. Now I'm just going to dump this out here, and I'm going to knead it about 10 to 20 times till it stays together. Now you can either pat it out to your shape or roll it out to your shape. I'm going to roll mine out. I know you're supposed to roll in one direction. You're not supposed to roll back, just away from you. This might be a little thin. We'll see. It's good to just have straight edges. Alright, into the 450-degree oven for about 10-15 minutes. Cold pan, cold sausage. Turn it on. Well, I'm just going to break this apart a bit. Kitchen isn't really set up for me as a left-handed person to use the camera here because, well, let me show you why. So I'm always putting my left hand in the way because I'm left-handed. And to the right, there's nowhere to really put the camera because of this silly island thing that has all the tiles falling off of it. It's just ugly with all the old glue. I really need to remodel that. And then recently I got this new gas stove, which I really like. I lose power around here for like a couple days at a time sometimes in the winter. But this gas stove doesn't quite fit past the tile here, and so I can't push it all the way in, so I have this ugly gap back here. So I really have to get rid of this island so I can scoot it over. But anyway, let's get back to cooking. So I've just turned this up, start it slow because I want to kind of render the fat. So I just kind of want to break up this sausage as it cooks. Different sausage is going to have different amounts of fat. Don't want to brown it all the way, but I just want to cook the pink out. Most of the pink's gone, and I can see there's not as much fat rendered as I want. So I'm going to add some bacon grease because I have it, and why not? This is a good time to use lard. All right, that's a good amount extra grease. We need to have that extra grease because the next thing we're going to add is about 1/3 cup of flour. And I'm just going to stir that till it's all absorbed. Keep breaking up any big chunks. And I'm going to add my cold milk to my hot roux. I'm going to add enough that I can kind of let most of it absorb, start to warm up, get thick enough that it leaves that little well when you scrape the bottom of the pan. And then I'll add some more. Add the rest of it, call it good. At this point, I'm going to add 2 to 3 teaspoons of black pepper. And actually, it's going to take way too long in that. So I'm going to grind some up. I'm just going to add 2 to 3 because black pepper is a big part of this. For me, if you don't want that much black pepper, don't add that much black pepper. I don't care. You do you. I'll do me. It's all good. And then I also like to take just a little bit of red pepper flakes. I don't know, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon. Just a little bit for a little hint of heat. And I'm just going to turn up the heat a tiny bit. The low side of medium. I'm just going to keep heating this till it thickens. See, that's racing back in there. It's racing back in there a little quicker than I want. When that slows down, I'll know I'm good. So you may have noticed I didn't add any salt, and this is the time to taste for it, because without salt, there is no love. And that can use a little salt. The reason I waited till now is that sausage has a lot of salt. The bacon grease has some salt. So you just kind of got to taste what yours is. And at the finishing stage is the thyme, and I'm going to mix that salt in and turn this heat off, and this is looking perfect. See, now takes a long time to fill that. It will fill it. That's what you want. Kind of a thick gravy. Breakfast sausage 3 ways. Got your smoked, got your biscuits and gravy, got your not smoked. Could have made patties and made it 4 ways, but only had so much in me. Well, I'm pretty excited about this. Let's start with the regular links. It's good, it's got sage going on, you know, it's pretty plump. I do like those sheep casings when it comes to eating them. Pain in the ass to work with when you're stuffing them. Let's try the smoked ones. That's pretty good. Could use more smoke, honestly. I like them a little better, but it's just a kiss of smoke. I would like to have more smoke. Let's try these biscuits and gravy. Well, that's definitely my favorite. It's a little bit unfair because it's not just sausage. At the end of the day, the links are really good. If you don't have a smoker, it's a good way to make breakfast links. If you don't have a sausage stuffer and you can't make links, this ground sausage definitely worth making. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment, put some love into your food. Peace.